And welcome back. Ooh, there's a lot of background. And anyway, welcome back. I getting a little bit of background material. From. Oh, I know where I'm getting that from. Okay. Weird Star side. I would like to say welcome back to everyone. Anchovies is going on vacation. I've just come back off vacation. I have been to the Big Apple. And my feet are quite dead. So let's... I must say though, American food is very good. So we will get a quick recap of what's been going on for Harp. They've investigated Dr. Brewer's house.
Okay. Did they investigate it into several pieces, or?
No.
Almost.
Close.
No, we didn't do anything bad.
I was intending to tear off a door at one point, if we needed to.
That's
so
all
almost, but we didn't.
That was all the property damage that was done to that house. They did find some information that led them to a bookstore, which of course they found abandoned and broke into in broad daylight.
I just opened the door.
Then they ran away.
He opened the door with superhuman strength.
Hey man, it didn't resist, so it must have been open. If anyone asks, that's the answer I'm going to give.
I can imagine when the police arrive, you'll just be like, "Am I being detained?"
No, I can give you that conversation if you want.
It
I know
might occur.
exactly what I'm going to say.
But are you a sovereign citizen?
I think I'm. I don't think they can deport me.
I mean, if you're not a citizen of anywhere, what the fuck do you do?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I guess I am a sovereign citizen of the earth. I'm someone returned from the dead, so they'd have to kill me to deport me.
You're just a humble traveler.
Maybe they deport you back to Italy because that's technically continuity.
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I would say Rome, so they deport me back to Rome. Oh man, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think you'd get along with modern Italians. Anyway, Harp, seeing as you were not here last time, I have written some good stuff for you to do whilst everyone else was busy doing stuff. That sounds all the same to you. So
Fair enough.
So the morning, we're going back in time a bit. We're biting the dust, if you will.
Okay.
Rewind the clock. The morning, and I've written some text, so I will read it with my terrible handwriting. The morning after a comfortable night's sleep, barring your roommate being on her phone till God knows what hour, you wake up and the room is quiet. In fact, she is missing. A suitcase is sprayed open onto an unmade bed, and a folded piece of paper on the stand next to the bed says, "Gone to school," as in written. Tristan?
Yes?
Just gonna lower your volume a bit, because I'm getting a bit of background noise.
I'll mute.
Thank you. So, where was I? Yes, there was a note that says "gone to school," the two actually being written as a two.
There's only one person who could have done that.
Yes. So it's reasonably early morning. You would expect it's around 8 o'clock-ish, 8:30.
Okay.
What do you do?
First of all, I check our group's communications just to try and see where everyone is and what's been going on and catch up, as it were, because clearly people have gone off on to do things.
Yes, I would imagine so. Let's see. I'm just trying to think on who has any kind of communications. I suppose I have a number for Manticore and... yeah, Manticore. And I just realised I'm on the wrong screen. Yeah, you got a number for Manticore certainly, and your erstwhile student. So yes, you could probably send a message to them.
Yeah, I think what I'll do is I will just message them on an individual basis just to check in with them and make sure everything's all right. And then after that, I'd see if I can do some background research into what we're in town for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just the classic sort of browsing online and checking and seeing if there's some business in town involving who our people we're after are, and clues towards our next goal, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's see. What kind of research are you really going for?
Well, let's see. We obviously we came in town to investigate what's going on with Dr. Brewer.
Yes.
So I think what I do is I check, see if there's anything online about his recent activity.
Okay, would you be able to make me a systems operation check?
Sure. Just give me a moment.
That'll be a 3d6 roll.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making absolutely sure I didn't have any gadgets that affected it.
Okay.
I do. I think it is just for that systems operation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, Fox at Reader, why are you being so awful?
Nope, sorry.
That's fine.
So we're 13 under for me. Oh, sorry, no, that's supposed to be 3d6, not 36. There we go. 8. I think that's a pretty good roll.
Yeah, you do a little bit of research in about Dr. Brewer, and you find that really he's been you know, slaved for a couple of lectures over in England, but those are like next week, however. But there's nothing recently that he's been known to do either in the States, at least not recently. He's been kind of quiet for a couple of weeks. Social media doesn't really come up with too much either. So that's what your preliminary research suggests.
Right. Okay. Can you actually give me a note card that I can use? Actually, hang on. Let me rejoin as a player first of all, just so I can't spy on.
That is
your GM.
I should have probably disabled that by now, but I think I've been forgetting.
you can trust me not to do it intentionally. I just wanted to make sure I didn't do it by accident. But
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
the point, though? Can you create me a handout and make a note of that, and then I can edit it and add other notes of my own as well, just for investigation?
Certainly. I do mean there's the evidence collected one. I could probably include it so all players can edit it. Okay, so all players can edit the evidence collected. I could rename it to evidence collected /notes.
Awesome.
/notes. There we go. Done. And I'll say
Where is it?
evidence. Check in the handouts.
Evidence collected /notes?
Yes.
Oh, that's very small, but okay. And then, can you give me an abridged version of the stuff about the doctors, just so I can write it down quickly?
It's been rather quiet in terms of what he's been doing as of late. He's got some lectures over in England in a little while. He hasn't been too active in States for like past couple of weeks.
Okay.
From what you can see.
Made a note of that. Okay then.
Synchron cheat sheet. There we go. Just making sure I've got all my windows up. Anything else you want to check out?
Nothing leaps to mind, to be honest. I'm probably going to need some directives here because, like, I'm not sure where to go next.
Well, if you want to kind of lounge about the room until someone comes to get you, or go down to the lobby and get some breakfast, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
Trust me, you will be taken care of. I've made some rather good notes and stuff for you to do.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Alright, well, I guess I'll chase up those leads. Also, I may have to like AFK briefly in a moment, but if I can get through this stuff quickly and then you can do what the other guys are doing and then we can catch up after that, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure thing.
So I guess I head down to the lobby and see what's going on. I have the suitcase with me just in case, but I don't think I need it.
So you're just taking your suitcase?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, she's gonna get dressed and everything first, but like she's gonna keep the armor in the suitcase and not be wearing it at the time.
Okay. When you return to the lobby, the receptionist flags you over. She says, Miss Radcliff?
Yeah, shit. Like, I head on over, just like, what's up?
You have a message from Mayor Kendrick.
Okay. From the mayor. How did it get here?
Oh, he sent it this morning. News does travel quick in this small town. She kind of smiles at you and says, we don't often get celebrities in our town, and he was wanting to get a hold of you to attend a park opening today.
Okay, well, did he give a time? I suppose it might be on the message, won't it?
Yes. She hands you a piece of paper, and it says, she just writes it down and just gives it to you and says, he said it was around, he says it was 3 o'clock.
Okay. It gives me a little while.
She kind of smiles and says, there's if you want to get something fancy for it, there's a couple of shops in town. that you could maybe get something from?
Well, it seems a bit much to put on a show and buy a fancy dress all for this. Oh man, I might have a look. What's more important though is that I just make sure I make it on time and that nothing interrupts this mess. Right. Thank you very much for this message.
The receptionist smiles and nods and says, "No problem." I assume you probably want to. Well, seeing as you want to go AFK, I assume you want to make some preparations for it and try and see if anyone's lurking around.
Yeah, that might be a nice idea actually, because she'll do a brief visit to the shops and stuff, and sort some other things out, and then she'll come over. But this gives you a chance to skip back to the other guys for a minute, because there's something that suddenly came up and people are demanding my attention, and it's kind of irritating, but I don't really have much choice.
That's fine. You can go ahead.
Yeah, I'll be back in like 10, 15 minutes, something like that.
And your character's at least distracted for a couple of hours.
Yeah, alright. Be right back a sec.
Fast forward into the future.
Oh shit.
I believe you guys bailed from the store. Going, oh shit, this is going badly.
No, everyone else is like, hey man, we should leave, and I'm like, okay, fine, if that's your expert opinion, let's go.
Once you get to a reasonable safe distance, you all sort of reconvene together to the best of your abilities. And how do you wish to take things further? Young, you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, just making sure. And Tristan?
Yep, still here.
Great. So what are your plans moving forward?
First off, tell the Marble Legionnaire the rights and wrongs of entering a place.
You can try, and as you say, like,
Hey,
my
at least
eyes are gonna glaze over.
at least if it goes wrong, at least I can tell Helena I tried.
You know what? I can respect that that logic. I will listen to what you have to say.
Going to get a lecture on property rights now.
Yeah, sure, fuck it. Like, I can't argue with that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like legit go into that in character. That's just what I do in character.
Yeah, but I mean, like, and my character would, if you're going to be that honest with me, I will respect you at that point more than I would have otherwise, and actually listen to what you said.
I'll try and make it less technical as well by basically saying that thing that was screeching, a lot of buildings have spirits that if you enter them illegally, they will start screaming like that and tell people that you've broken in.
All right, I guess I'll have to call my satyr friend and figure out what the options are to neutralize those beasts. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind in the future.
Other than that,
You'd suppose broad daylight investigation was a bad idea.
I mean, we are searching for something. This is hero business.
Alternatively, we could ask around town, see if people know the owner of the bookshop, and then try and find him that way.
Yeah, that is certainly possible.
Because at the moment, our only lead is the bookshop, and if we don't have access to the bookshop itself, then maybe the owner or anybody that works there that could potentially know Dr. Brewer is a good second. Any objections?
Nope.
So yeah, I guess I will find somewhere convenient to change back into normal clothes.
Okay.
And then I guess where was the book? So bookstores there. See, I wonder if that would actually be the sort of thing that would be sort of knowledge that would be freely accessible to the public via the town hall.
Yes, there would be some archives to the city, like, you know, public records and all that. So you could investigate public records.
Sounds like a good idea. So,
Chose. So the town hall is well, it's not too far away from as you can tell on the map. It's just down the road, almost from the Loose Ends bookstore. Welcome back. They're just heading to the town hall,
Yeah, fair enough.
which is near the hotel, which is near the park. Anyway, they I assume does Marble Legionary have any kind of disguises, or is he just a man?
I mean,
Rocky
I have
man.
a toga. Like, at most, I have a toga instead of.
I mean, unless you cover him from head to toe, it's not really easy to hide what he looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I wouldn't care.
So, considering Manticore is going incognito, well, like, he would probably need to maintain some distance from you guys. What would you like? Would you want to accompany him, or just be generally alone?
Well, if he's going incognito, I can't really.
Or is he going with? Well, actually, Helena, because some time would have passed by now. On both people's sides.
I suppose that's not a bad idea to get Helena involved.
Most definitely.
So I will get in contact with Helena.
Yep.
And I suppose I'll tell her that we've kind of got a lead on Dr. Brewer. Unfortunately, investigating the nearby bookstore that's directly connected to Dr. Brewer isn't an option at the moment. Alternatively, we could try and find out who the owner is of the bookstore and potentially interact with them directly.
Yeah. Assuming this isn't a jump, like, how far a jump is this into the future, or is this actually happening concurrently?
It would probably be a bit of a jump in the future.
Okay, would I have attended the thing then with the mayor and that?
I'm just trying to rationalize the goings on. I will say that there's time to go find. Well, there's time for you guys to meet up and go to it together, or you could go alone. It's kind of up to you.
Okay, because what if she hasn't yet gone to it? What she would suggest is that they could investigate where she's going, because she's been invited to attend in a formal capacity, but they could always show up and do a bit of investigating while she, shows up formally and takes attention.
Yes,
That would be her suggestion, if that's a possibility.
They are kind of separate, so a lot more attention will be on the town park, which would mean that Manticore could slip in incognito.
I mean, I guess.
If anyone else has suggestions, feel free to offer them.
If you guys like Cerulean and Cerulean would have known about this for more time, so Cerulean could show up, and it depends if the Marble Legionnaire wants to show up as well.
Oh, I'll definitely join these people. I'm not gonna leave their side, basically.
Very well.
Hmm.
I wish I'm going to make a quick dice roll on my part. What would you say to Tristan? High or low?
Low.
Just like his profile.
Oof, that's edgy.
Oh, dear.
Let's see. I'm gonna need to make a quickened map, maybe. Certainly. So, you guys would be attending the town park, right? Well, not the town park. The opening.
Town hall.
It's not the town hall. It's the new park opening.
Oh.
And sure, there's a big pavilion set up. It's looking rather nice. The park is rather resplendent. It's got some new greenery. It's got some trees and flower beds, benches, all that kind of good stuff. When you arrive, you do notice there's several officers around, and you are directed to sort of like the back of the pavilion, in which you meet a sort of a balding older man in a suit who shakes your hand and introduces himself as Mayor Kendrick. Cerulean would also recognize another person there, kind of a sort of more portly older gentleman wearing a sheriff's uniform. Is Chief Hendrick, who's helped Cerulean out a couple of times.
Is that his name?
Yeah, that was his name.
Okay.
He has not been used yet. Mayor Kendrick, shakes all of your hands in turn, and he says, "Thank you for coming. It's not often we get some celebrities in our small, humble little town."
Yeah, shoot. Just sort of like offers him a polite smile back, shaking his hand, just says, "Well, hey, I'm not all that used to being a celebrity, but I'm happy to help and happy to show up. What can you tell me about today's event?"
Oh well, we've just been redoing this our local park, and we're having a grand reopening, and we wanted to make a day of it. It's just been completed, and it's going to be a center of our community.
Gonna be a what?
Center of the community.
Oh. I didn't hear you, sorry.
I wonder if any of the other local people of interest will be showing up to this event. Maybe has Dr. Brewer been put on any of the lists to arrive here?
He kind of blinks and he's like, Dr. Brewer.
Yes.
I'm not familiar with him. If you could roll a, what would be the check for this?
Sense motive.
Depends.
Sense
Depends what
motive.
it is.
Yeah,
He's-
sense
he's-
motive
he's-
doesn't exist in this, but
Yeah. What's the equivalent sense motive? I need to check this.
I don't know. I do have an ability. which gives me
Deduction?
increased resistance.
Deduction, probably.
Yeah. I have got an ability which gives me increased resistance to persuasion.
No, it's not persuasion. It's kind of seeing if there's anything iffy.
Probably deduction.
So I've never heard of Dr. Brewer.
Okay, so
I believe it's there's no sense motive. Thinking of a different game.
It's deduction.
Deduction it is. If you would care to make a deduction roll.
for me that would be raw intelligence because oh my god, there are so many. The thing is, there are so many skills in this that you end
Yeah.
up missing ones.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like 8.
But you got a high intelligence, so
Yeah.
I think deduction is an everyman skill at an 8.
yeah. But you can make it.
Oh, sorry, I put a minus 13. It should be under 13. Although, I suppose if you
353.
so an everyman skill, doesn't that mean it's always a 9 under?
It's always an 8 under.
Yeah. So that would
If
be a
you
fail.
if you don't have a skill, even if you have like an ability score, I don't think you're able to roll. I'm not sure.
This is very annoying because I do need to find a quick and dirty map, but yeah, I suppose this can do. So yeah, you don't really see anything off. Does anyone else have deduction that they would like to throw in?
I still an everyman skill for me, so.
Yeah, but it's always worth an attempt.
Okay.
Part of why I've been saving up my points is so when I encounter situations like this, I can go, right, after this session, I'm going to use those points to give myself that X skill or ability that is sorely lacking.
Like paramedics.
Thing is, like, healing is something I've skimped on a bit with this character because I didn't want to make them too utility heavy. I didn't really bother to put healing. I'm more about.
Well,
like,
paramedics is more for like stabilizing, like
True,
say if people
yeah.
get knocked under. Healing is
my
like
job
an actual
to
power.
prevent damage from happening in the first place with shields rather than to heal people.
Yeah, and, like paramedics is stuff you'd learn in like a first aid course.
Sorry,
You'd
it's
be
all
like-
something.
Anyway, you rolled a 13. You don't really see anything too iffy. You're like, yeah, man, whatever. Okay, this is what we do the trick. Oh dear, I will absolutely despise this. Yes. So the ceremony, starts to go forward as well. Like he gets up on the stage and he sort of waffles on a little bit about the community spirit and pulling things together and all that good stuff. And he's he says, "But I would like to welcome some special guests." And he would introduce all of you who wish to actually like come up onto the sort small stage. I'm not too sure if Marble Legionary is the type to
I'm
be.
not.
I will have you know that I have no oratory skill.
It's quite simple. I am a soldier. I'm not meant to be paraded about.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Rome did actually parade its
Yeah.
military around quite a bit.
Yeah, but I didn't like it. I'm here to follow orders and do stuff, not to be a doll. That's a misuse of my talents.
I think
To be fair,
we've...
you are also a statue, and a statue's entire purpose is to be looked at. So
Yeah, well, fuck these people. They're not Roman. if we're going to go like that.
Oh, savage. Okay. Let me just redo this a little bit more. I'm a little distracted a minute, doing two things at once, unfortunately. But I will be a moment as I sort of get my senses together. Yes. He asks one of you who would like to cut the ribbon. So quietly.
Cerulean nudges Helena.
obviously, she's gonna be just like playing nice and smiling and going along with things. Like obviously, when he reacts that he doesn't know about Dr. Brewer, she'll just like be a bit disappointed, but be like, "Oh well." But other than that, she's gonna sort of wait and see when the people here need her more than anything. Like if they start saying like, "Oh, there's a group photo happening" or something like that, then she'll show an interest in that.
Oh, of course there's going to be a vote. Of course this vote is being taken.
Yeah, but for the most part, she's essentially she's there in the legitimate capacity to take attention away from the fact that the player party are probably going to be doing all kinds of like investigating and shit while they're there.
Mm-hmm. Very well. Just bear with me a moment. Yeah. Afterwards, as you know, you cut the thing, everyone claps, and you get some photo opportunity moments.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, yes, Tristan, Manticore walks. Manticore enters the town hall, and he's at a reception desk. What would you like to ask the reception?
I just ask if I can preview the land registries with regards to owned businesses.
The woman there, the desk is like, certainly. Could I get some identification, please? Like a driver's license or something like that.
Here's the question: do I actually have a license?
Do you have any? Can you drive a car? Do you have that skill? I assume
Yeah,
you would.
he has. Yeah,
Yeah, I
motorised
just-
ground vehicles.
Yeah, then I'd assume you'd have a license. Like, there's really no need to pay for like a fringe benefit, because a license
Okay.
is something that most people have. So you show her the license, and she's
I
like,
think having a license is like an everyman benefit, as they call it.
yeah, even if it's like costed, it's like a point. So I'm like, this rarely comes up. So I'm like, whatever, it's a free thing. So you have. Oop, let me just move some things around. And let me get your token. So she hands you the ID back, and she's just like, "Yes, could you?" She gives you directions. As like along the corridor, down some stairs. There should be, well, up the stairs. Should be where you can find city archives.
Okay.
You do head up, and let me just swap the map into the what do you call it? And I will swap the map on this, so you will be able to see the map screen. Position. There we go. So you've entered down here. Like, this is the most quick and dirtiest map I've ever, like, I just nabbed it because.
Well, it works.
Yeah, it works. It works. It looks like a
Church.
second floor. Hey, there's bookcases and shit.
Oh yeah.
Although I couldn't really get the alignment too well. Hold on, let me just see about getting that a little bit better. Stretch it out a little bit more. Yeah, this'll do. So yes, you arrive on the stairs, and the main sort of direction is this large chamber here, where the archive should be.
What the hell was
What
that?
in the name of
That's
Satan?
my brother. Give me a second.
Mute yourself before you go.
It sounded like a Russian guy who'd just broken his foot.
Suka bad!
Yeah, basically.
While he's doing that, I'm just gonna quickly run off to the loo. I assume it will take longer than a couple of minutes. Suka bad!
Alright, I'm back.
Hello.
Matt disappeared?
Yeah,
He went to
he's in the bathroom.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, spooky.
Greato. Greato. So, opening the door, it's kind, well, when you open the door to the archives, it's kind of dark, you know. It's clearly not been used for a while, but it's easy enough to find like a light switch.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile,
So-
back at, I was about to, oh, go ahead before I do a swap back.
No, if you're going to do a swap back, I'll wait till afterwards.
Okay.
All I was going to say was, so I guess there's some sort of like organising system, like numeric or alphabetical.
Yeah, there would be. So.
Why not
This
both?
might require a
Alpha
bureaucracy
numeric.
skill roll. The first in the game.
Hmm.
Harper's just like immediately be like, I must buy bureaucracy now. We'll never know when we have to find someone's tax returns. Cutting back to the sort of opening ceremony, as you know, people are like you know, going around, kind of the aftermath. You're kind of pulled aside by the mayor, and he's like, honestly, I'm glad you came. There's been some disturbances in the town as of late. he continues, have you come across anything strange?
He's asking me specifically?
Just the group that's there, so, you know, Cerulean, Helena, and the Marble Legionary.
I'll ask him, do you mean here specifically?
Yes, in the town.
I can't say there's anything threatening to worry about yet. We actually came here to check on a friend.
I think-
acquaintance.
Give me a sec. I need to check something else too. Was it Travis who did go to school?
Yes.
All right. So Cerulean is gonna say, I think Travis disappeared. Maybe his mother was acting strange and wouldn't let me see him, even though she said he was only sick. And then when I went later, there was no one at home at all.
Really? He says, really? I must say, things are getting very strange in this town as of late. There's been sightings of monsters.
Wait, what kind of monsters?
We're not too sure. It's all we know that, from what we can hear from other reports, is it's quite big and it moves around in the shadows a lot.
Well, if you believe your town is in danger, you have nothing to fear because we've arrived and we'll certainly help deal with whatever this is.
If it's big, can't hide very well.
Well, you would think, but nobody's really been able to get a good glance at it. It's just fast, apparently. Every time the police try and corner it, it just ends up vanishing.
Are you sure this isn't just my CO main character? Sounds like him. Anyway, Cerulean ponders and ponders. When you say in shadows, like literally go into shadows, or?
Well, from what I've heard, it's pretty adept at hiding in them. But I don't think it can.
It can be very, very bright. We shall see.
It must be related to some of these disappearances in the town as of late.
Other people have disappeared?
Yes, we've been trying to keep it quiet. You know, Chief Hendrick steps in and says, "Yeah, honestly, we would have come to you sooner, but it's just been a complete embarrassment. We haven't been able to find anyone. It's vanished."
Okay. Do you have a list of who disappeared?
Yes, we've got several names. He says
Okay,
quietly.
give them to Helena.
We can get it. We can get the full list down at the police station, but
Okay.
we've we've been trying to keep it quiet because we don't want to incite a panic in the town, especially it's involving some of the children. They've been going missing. We suspect this monster's been taking them.
Cerulean takes a deep breath, as if to sigh. But she doesn't actually sigh.
All that we do know is that it's been getting into places where it shouldn't.
Okay, we need a list of that too.
Do you know why have you encountered? Has your friend disappeared as well? This Dr. Brewer guy?
Yes, though I don't think there was any creature. We found bullets and arrows in his house, and something really big cut a table in half. So we think it might have been, like, what are they called again? Cultists?
Cultists?
Yes.
He's like, I've not heard of any kind of cultists.
Well, they tried to attack a museum, and we kind of tried to stop them, but the leader killed himself and said he'd be back. So it was really weird.
That doesn't happen every day. Listen, if we can... If you can try and find these cultists or this monster, we might be able to... Well... We might be able to solve the mystery of what's going on. Of why it's taking people.
My primary concern, though, is has anyone been hurt by this thing yet? Have you had anyone showing up to hospital or any bodies found?
Pendrick sort of says, we've had some officers injured by it. Some deputies.
It hasn't claimed any lives yet, though, has it?
We don't know if the people it took survived, but it certainly has done a number on some of our deputies.
You know there are some civilians confirmed missing, and you know that this thing is to blame for it.
Well, what else could it be?
A reasonable assumption to make. Can you give us information on these missing persons?
Yes, certainly. We've got a full list down at the police department.
I'll collect it as soon as I can.
Meanwhile, back in the archives.
And I'm going... If Harp wants, we can chat a bit in text.
I'm sure.
Yes, in the archives.
So I assume you're wanting to try and find this via the filing system. So I would recommend a bureaucratic roll, which is pretty rare in this game, but
Which I don't have, which is...
it's being every man, so it'd be like 8d6, 3d6, A or less. But then again, it is filed quite easily, probably.
Wow.
Wow. You take a quick few looks around, and you kind of figure out the filing system really quickly. And let me just move you to where the file is. It's over here. I would also like you to make a perception roll.
Which is 12 minus.
Yep. And I will roll a... I see. 12 minus, he said.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, you don't hear anything. What will be the phrase? You don't really hear much out of the ordinary. You just it's rather quiet in the room. At least until one of the lights just get suddenly knocked out overhead, plunging you into darkness.
Okay. I will walk to the end of the corridor and look down the room. Well, still look down the corridor with regards to where the bookshelves are.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of impossible to read fully, get all the details, but you do catch the name of the bookstore and a Josiah Matthews.
Okay.
Okay, make another perception roll. You don't see what caused it, but you did. Well,
I
you're
didn't
sure.
see what caused it, but I'm pretty certain something's there.
Yeah, you're certain. You're certain something's in the room with you, but you can't place where it is. You kind of. Well, when as you're trying to discern the situation, you kind of discern that whatever took out the light was something thrown, and it landed somewhere over here.
Landed up somewhere.
Over here.
Okay. Thanks to the marvel of modern day technology, I shall pull out my phone, and I assume it has a light on it.
Yes, it does have a torch application.
Yes, I shall use the torch application, and I shall investigate to see what was thrown.
Very well. When you look down this corridor, or this aisle, you see what appears to be ruined, well, part of like the ruined lights, because there was like a sort of, it was wired downwards, but it seemed to have been thrown or, well, knocked off by something hefty.
Okay.
I would like for you to make one more perception roll, please. This time with no penalties because, well, you've got a flashlight. Ooh. Looking around though around the bookshelf, you can sort of through the bookshelf, you catch a sight of something reasonably large and black moving down there. And what occurs next is whatever it is shoves the entire bookcase at you. So you can react to this, so you're not at a DCV penalty. How do you respond?
How big does this thing look?
It looks to be around 6.5 foot tall. At least.